Um, I was just watching a video, and this guy explained how he had a girlfriend, and they were out and about, I guess on a date or whatever, on whatever journey. And he said that his girlfriend tapped him like, "Hey," she was talking about the waiter. She was like, "Hey, look at that guy, the waiter. He's very attractive, isn't he? You see that?" And he was like, he could not understand. You know, he was kind of flabbergasted at how it is that she could do something like that. Like, see, he didn't understand how is it that he could be with her in a relationship and she would just do something so blatantly disrespectful. And there's basically a twofold answer to that question. One being that women are very ditzy. They are very ditzy, and they are very whimsical by nature. You know, they have moments where, you know, they're not considering where they are or what they're doing or saying sometimes, and they will open their mouths or they would behave in a certain way where, you know, it's just like, wow, you would just do that right here. That's just a part of their nature to lack morals. All right, so you could raise a bunch of women in one environment, and you could raise a bunch of men in another environment, and the men are going to eventually create some sort of a code of conduct or some sort of a system of behavior, things that are not allowed. The women are not going to be able to really do that, to create a government or a certain belief system or things of that nature. They're not going to be able to do that. They are basically, they don't have any morals by nature. So that is why. That's part of the reason why. Because I've seen chicks do shit like that. I've experienced things to that of that nature. What the guy was explaining. They don't really consider. Sometimes that they have that moment of clarity where they don't understand or consider the things that is coming out of her damn mouth. Secondly is what they call shit testing. She could have just been very completely aware of what she was saying and was just trying to see if saying that would get under his skin, if she could, she could have just been testing his level of security. How secure was he in himself as a man? And from my perspective, women who do that, a lot of dudes say that shit testing, is a natural part of female nature. I think that's just some concubine shit. I think most women do it, but most women are concubines at the same time. A wife material woman does not shit test. She doesn't do that. You don't have to concern yourself with that type of shit. When a chick does that, you put her in the category of a concubine. That's basically what that means. Or, this kind of ties back into the first reason. A lack of morals, meaning that she was probably just blatantly being disrespectful. Like, nigga, fuck you. I'm gonna say this. I want to see how far you gonna allow me to go with being disrespectful and distasteful to you. All right. Women are very capricious. They are very whimsical creatures. They do not have a natural code of morality embedded within them. And this is why there is no shortage of, a lot of the women that you see on Instagram, on a lot of these other sites, bouncing their ass and all like that, or in the amateur porn world, getting a nut shot bust right in her motherfucking face. They do not really consider how they're really perceived, or they don't give a damn. But either way, they don't consider that, okay, their children have to see this one day, then their grandchildren also have to come across that, and great-grand, and then other relatives. That's not morality. It's not an intrinsic or a natural. It is very unnatural to female nature, the idea of morality. Right from wrong, not doing this, not doing that. They don't really have those types of principles. Okay, men have to create that for them, otherwise they'll just do whatever the fuck. Just like what you're seeing in America today. Most of women in this society, they just do whatever. The video of the what the fuck is the dude? The quote unquote Salt Bay video, where the chick was shaking her ass in the restaurant and her dude had just went outside. See, shit like that. They do not have, and there were a lot of women in the comments saying, oh, you don't own her. How could you come storming in there like that? How could you be because they are not being taught morals and principles as women. They have to be conditioned and taught that. All right, if they're not taught that, they're not going to figure that out on their own. They're just not going to do it. So that's even though he more than likely ain't gonna see this video, I'm answering his question for whoever sees this. All right, and that'll about do it. Peace.